Hello, Aries. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with the moon card. This is representing the new moon. This is kind of a, it feels like we're on the doorstep of a very significant change in your life. Now, we did have one card that you can see. It kind of flew out of the deck as I was shuffling there at the last moment. So let's flip this over now and see how it might relate to this moon energy, okay? I do feel like you are just about to take a big step into something where you can't really see exactly what it's going to be like, okay? And now we've got Three of Cups. That's a relief for me because that's celebration, right? That is saying that this big decision or this big life-changing thing or this big doorway that you're about to walk through, you can hear my cat in the background here, that big step is going to lead to a lot of celebration. This is a lot of, this is a reason to celebrate. All right. And this is a real like spiritual connection with this thing too, whatever this might be. Let's do a few more cards. All right. Let's see what else is going on here. That's a really good, that's kind of a relief. I'm happy with that card there. Very happy. And of course, we've got some, now see, this is the High Priestess. This represents the new moon. So you have this, the darkness of the new moon, and sorry, this is the full moon. We have the High Priestess representing the full moon. So we've got both. Right, and to me, this is talking about a revelation of everything. Right, everything will be brought to light. You will be given all of the information, kind of as you need it. And I think that because of the position of this card, there's also this tendency in you to kind of want to see everything before you take a big leap. You know, you like to see where you're going. You like to see where you might land rather than just blindly kind of entering something. Yeah, that's obviously a very good habit to be in. I think in this case, you're being asked to kind of close your eyes and take that big step, which goes against it's kind of counterintuitive, right? You want to, High Priestess, you want to know everything first. And that's smart. But in this case, I don't think you're getting all of the information yet. Okay. Let's finish up here. We got the Six of Swords. Yeah, we got a Knight of Wands, a Princess of Cups. This is very cool because it's kind of like you're following your muse into this darkness. You're following your kind of your gut, kind of your intuition, but you're following just kind of the breadcrumbs left by spirit. You're following your dream. Right? Even though you don't have all of the answers, you're following it into the future. And I think that's what is represented here. With the Six here, this to me represents the kind of perfect intertwining of divine consciousness and human consciousness, right? To the point where we have a certain kind of blueprint that we're operating from. It's like you have received the download from Spirit already, right? And so we're trusting in this process, even though we don't know everything, we don't know all the answers, we feel like we know that there is a plan here. We feel certain about that. I think you feel very, very energized by Spirit right now. Let's finish up. Path of the Serpent here. Knight of Pentacles, very good. A Three of Wands, Four of Pentacles, and a Five of Cups. With the 4 and the 5 here, this is interesting because I think this is showing us kind of an alternate timeline in a way. If we have this Four of Pentacles, and this means that you do not take this big step, you cling to what you have now, you stay home where it's safe, right? You stay inside your castle walls, and you do not take this big step, that make this big decision, kind of a leap of faith, then I think there will be a lot of disappointment in the end. It's something that you would regret not attempting. We don't know how it's going to turn out. We've got some clues, of course, but we don't know exactly. And so that gives us a little bit of hesitation, obviously. Right. Now let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is going to be one random card from the Pamela Coleman Smith Tarot. And you'll have to excuse my my voice. I'm congested. We're coming down with another round of colds and flus in this house. Now, we do have a 3-year-old daughter who's in preschool, and that, I think, is where we get a lot of these illnesses. We're going to put the mystery card right here. We're going to put Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. All right. But it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. All right. We're going to do it together as a group exercise. All right. Let's take a look around the room here. We've got our major arcana, which are just these two, the new moon and the full moon. We got this idea of needing to trust in the breadcrumbs, trust in the divine will, the divine impulse, this feeling that Spirit is guiding us and that our dreams are, manifesting in our future. This really is about something that you have always dreamt of doing. This is a very big thing for you. And of course, with the High Priestess here, there's kind of a mixture of excitement and anxiety, right? There's this intuition. We're trying to trust our gut, but then sometimes our gut tells us, well, we don't really know enough information right now to make a decision, It's interesting what we see at the top here with the Knight of Wands, kind of counterbalancing the High Priestess, because this is the card that just wants to leap. This is the energy that just wants to go forth, doesn't really care about consequences, just feels this urge to just jump into it. Yeah. And so I feel like it's a kind of a combination of these two energies for you. It's a combination of wanting to just kind of blindly leap, and then of course wanting to kind of have a little bit of light in this situation. Now with the Moon card here, you see the sun down at the bottom. And to me, that's really saying that everything will be revealed to us when we get there. And it's kind of like, well, that's not fair. You're not going to know until you go, right? Because you are that sun at the bottom of the card. You are the light. So every step you take, more will be illumined by your consciousness, right? And we have to keep taking steps forward. And I think really the idea here is that we're taking incremental steps. We're not taking giant leaps, okay? Because that's kind of the Knight of Wands wants to take that really huge leap and maybe get into some trouble. The High Priestess is saying, yeah, we can do a little bit of that, but also let's go slow. Let's be reasonable here. Okay. The Six of Swords in the background. This is the card of science. This is really magic that we now understand, right? That's when we call it science. And I think that this is really what you are trying to invoke. And this is a blend of energies, a perfect harmony of energies, above and below, right? A perfect intertwining of the divine impulse and the kind of human consciousness. Really, this card's about the union of your heart and mind. Okay, and it's when you have this kind of union where your beliefs and your values are in harmony with this impulse that you feel. That's how we kind of that's how we act on the spiritual impulse, right? And that's how we know that we're in harmony with things, that we don't have any doubts. We may still have fears, but we don't have any conflict within us between our beliefs and values, our thinking and our feelings, right? So this card, and really this is the only, if you look around, this is the only air card we have, and this is saying that you have a very balanced perspective on this, that you are being quite reasonable, but you're also being very kind of trusting in spirit, right? You're following the dream, but you're also doing it in a very measured and responsible way. You don't have any You don't have any conflict between how you feel about this path and what your intellectual mind is saying about this path. So to me, it feels like there really is this harmony and this certainty in you that this is the right way to go. There's still, of course, that trepidation and fear because, yeah, we don't know what's on the other side of this. We know that in some way it's leading toward us manifesting our dreams. This is the Princess of Cups. This is the card that tells you to follow your dreams. Follow the signs and symbols and synchronicities in your life to slowly lead you toward the goal that you are trying to manifest. And that's when we get over here to the path of the serpent. We have to be aware of this impulse. Now, this is one of your power cards. Okay, the fire on fire, cardinal fire energy represents the Aries energy. This is something that you know very well, kind of leaping into something just based on feeling, just based on this kind of the vibe of it, and just on this rush, this adrenaline or this impulse. And I think what we've got here really is the perfect blend of this energy, especially with the 6 here. You have this fearlessness, really, to just jump into something. But at the same time, it's like you have just enough fear to keep you reasonable, to keep you kind of thinking clearly about it, right? So I think you have a really good blend here. And, of course, the 3 of Cups. This is that celebration. This is you understanding that this is a project, this is a move, this is a big step for you that has the potential to really change your life for the better. You understand that this really could lead you to, like, the beginning of just celebration, right? This card represents those peak experiences. You understand the process of creation on the emotional plane. You understand how significant this can be for you. And that's giving you really a lot of this fiery impulse, okay? A lot of this fiery impulse. Let's move over to the path of the serpent now, and as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps out the channel. I appreciate that. We've got the Knight of Pentacles here, and this is your general energy. This is your ability to see long term, okay? This is your ability to have a plan for not only the end of the day, the end of the week, month, 5 years, 10 years down the line. This is the card that has the vision of the future. So you know that whatever decision you make right now is going to affect who you will be, where you will be, and what you will be doing in the future, right? This is you able to see your future self in your future life. And that gives us a little bit of a pause thinking, okay, I better make the right decisions now, because I want to make sure that I'm creating the right future, okay? So this is an understanding that every thought, word, and deed in the present moment is creating our future self and our future circumstances. That puts a very heavy responsibility on the here and now. All that matters is here and now. Because we know that everything is going to have a consequence, we better make sure that every decision we make is as close to the best decision possible. Nothing's perfect. But you've got this sense of harmony and, I dare say, perfection here, where I feel like you know what the right decisions are. It's just a matter of kind of balancing the fear and balancing that impulse to just kind of blindly leap. Let's do a little bit of both, you know? And so I think that it's very important to have this Knight of Pentacles here, because you understand also what that future is that you want to create. And we kind of have to know that, right? We have to have goals. We have to have a desired outcome in order to figure out what to do now to get that desired outcome. How can we make decisions in the present if we don't know what we are working toward? Okay. You have to excuse my congestion. This is really bad today. The 3 of Wands in the position of the environment. Okay. I feel like this is also a Sun and Aries kind of card. So this is we have 2 of your very strong power cards here today. This is your leadership here. And I think that I feel like there are people around you that are waiting for you to act, that are kind of like waiting to see what you're going to do. Yeah. Because I feel like maybe this is friends, family. I feel like you're like the top dog in your group, you know. I feel like everybody kind of looks to you to see like, okay, what's Aries going to do? And then they kind of know how they should act as well. So I think people really do look up to you. And I don't know that you know that. That's what I'm getting here. Is that people admire you. People look to you for inspiration, but it's almost like there's this humbleness where you don't even really realize that. Yeah. So I don't know if this is a work thing or if this is something with the family or friends or if this is your own personal spiritual journey. But there are a lot of people in your life that are kind of waiting for you to set the precedent. Yeah. Waiting to set the precedent. This is a card that understands the process of creation on the spiritual creative plane. So I also feel like this is something that really is, it's manifesting your dream in a very special way. Okay. And there is a creative component here somewhere. I don't know exactly what the creative activity is, but I feel as if this is something that's kind of new to you. Like it's something you always have wanted to do. It's been part of this underlying dream, I think, for a long time, but now it's like maybe there's now suddenly that amazing opportunity to really do it, you know. Maybe this is that moment where you do kind of have to decide, am I going to go all in on this dream or am I going to stay Four of Pentacles, right? This is a tower. This is isolation. This is us clinging to what we have because at least it's familiar and safe. Okay. Now, Spirit's telling me that you had a pretty bad fall on a bicycle when you were younger. That your knee got messed up or something. I don't know if it's just an abrasion or if something was broken, but a pretty scary fall on a bike. And I feel like it took you a while to get back on the bicycle. Yeah. And it's kind of what we're talking about here too with this 4. It's like it's safe here. We know that if we stay in here, we know we're not going to get hurt any more than we already are. So it's kind of like you fell off the bicycle and now you say, okay, I'm not going to ride a bike anymore. That's one thing I don't want to do because if I don't ride a bike, then I know I can't fall off of one. Yeah. And so that's kind of the 4, and that's why we've got the 4 and the 5 right here, because there's a stubbornness in you that's kind of on this precipice. Like I said, you're on the doorstep here of something. And there is this kind of fight in you of, should I just leap in, or is this something I need to wait for more information on? Okay? And maybe that's literally it. Maybe this is a job opportunity, a travel opportunity. I do get the sense that there's a lot of movement involved in whatever this is. Yeah, so I don't know if it's movement as in travel or if it's something that's very physical. But there's this reluctance. It's like we know things should change. We know that we're going to be disappointed if we don't follow this dream. But at the same time, it's kind of nice in this little box that we're in, right? So we don't really want to leave the box all the time. I say we take a look at this mystery card and see what our alien friend has for us today. And then I can take a nap, honestly. If you have a prediction for this card, I want you to put it down in the comments, okay? I'm kind of thinking it's going to be... Gosh. I'm feeling some water energy. I'm feeling a 9 or a 10 of cups. All right, so let's just see what we've got. Oh, look at that. 10 of cups, right on the money. This is the promise of the future here. This is basically what the Knight of Pentacles is looking at. Really, I always say that the Knight of Pentacles, what are they looking at, right? They're looking at the 10 of Pentacles. Well, we've got the 10 of Cups instead, which I think is the, not so much the physical outcome. It's not so much the details of what you're accomplishing, but the feeling of it. The gratitude, the satisfaction, the love and joy and beauty and pleasure, the sense of fullness that you receive from it. That's what you're looking at. Okay? And I think maybe the details are what aren't being revealed to you yet. Right? Like we said with the High Priestess, there's still a lot that you don't know. And then, of course, with the Princess of Cups, there's a lot you don't know, but you're trying to follow the breadcrumbs, follow these signs and symbols and synchronicities. So then, if that's the case, what is the Knight of Pentacles looking at? certainly not these things that are still hidden. What it's looking at is this feeling of satisfaction, gratitude, love. This is worship. This is living your best life and being very appreciative of it, right? Really celebrating with your loved ones, really feeling that this is your best life. Yeah. This is very promising reading here. We're going to do an extended reading. And if you would like to stick around for that, there's a link up here. There's a link at the end of the video, or there's one down in the video description. All right. New readings for Aries every Monday and Friday. I am here every day, 6 a.m. Chicago time, in sickness or in health. You can come back and see me again tomorrow. All right. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.